Black women, rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. Let's talk about it. Today, we're talking about why rest feels so uncomfortable for Black women, how burnout keeps you stuck and in survival mode, and how pausing is actually a part of healing and not giving up. So, ladies, why does rest feel so uncomfortable? Let me tell you something. Rest, we're taught to pretty much keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And we don't have to keep going. We do not. We are in our time. And I don't even want to say season because, seasons, they come and go. Eras, they come and go. We want to put something in place to where this is what it is moving forward from here on out. This is it. Because sometimes we get back, we're in our soft girl era, and I'm a victim of it as well. But I don't want it to be an era. I want it to be the thing. No matter where I am in my life, I want to be soft. I don't want to be Miss Hustle and Bustle, Miss Do It All, Miss Independent. Well, I ain't gonna get rid of that. That's just what it is. But you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. I used to feel lazy at any time that I slowed down. You know, if I didn't do this and get this done and keep going and keep moving, I wasn't productive or I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. What's that saying they say work now, sleep later, all the different things like, you sleep when you dead. No, we are hustling and bustling because this is how society has evolved. This is what the worker be, the 9 to 5. I see so many people online now talking about, oh, wow, I didn't know that I worked a 9 to 5. I thought I worked an 8 to 5. I thought I worked, all different things. 9 to 5 just means you work 9 hours, 5 days a week. 8 to 5, you work 8 hours, 5 days a week. People were thinking that's because you went into work at 9 and you got off at 5, or you went into work at 8 and got off at 5. No, that's just how many hours that you actually work. It lines up, but no. And it's like, this is the way society has been built. For those who've been in power and things like that, and we all coming into the workforce to keep, they pay you for your labor to keep their business going and so forth and so on. And even if people, the system just keeps recycling and keeps going because you do have to work some way, somehow to get some type of revenue. Even if you are an entrepreneur and you're selling a product, you have to work to get that product out in front of people and all the things, or pay marketers or whatever the case may be. You still have to figure out work to live because you still gotta have a roof over your head. You gotta do all the things, right? But we do all these things, but yet we're not resting. We're not resting. But here, as a Black woman, we are praised for being strong, praised for doing all the things, but not resting. No. Even when your body is tired, I've been there. You keep going. We ain't doing that. If rest feels uncomfortable, it's because you were taught that. I'm not saying that, your parents literally taught you that. Some parents do teach you that. But it could just be the way society is. You got to go to school. You got to do your schoolwork. You can't go to bed till you get the schoolwork done. You got to go to the job. You can't go on break until you get all your work done. It's like you got to just keep going. It's always some type of repercussion if you don't get your work done. But it's because we're instilled in that. We're instilled. But burnout isn't failure. It's a signal. And it all depends on when you catch that burnout. That's why you got to pay attention to your body, know when you got to stop, know when you got to slow down, all the things. Burnout shows up quietly. Because, you'll recognize it. And you'll be like, all right now, got to slow down. And you go, I got to get this done, got to get that done. I can tell you during the holidays, my burnout was unmatched. But I kept going. I knew I was hosting Thanksgiving. I knew Christmas was coming. I knew New Year's was coming. I knew I had birthdays that were coming up. The top of the year is heavy birthday. Then I get to break for me. Then I got one more birthday. After that, we chill. And I'm good for the rest of the year. But I've come to realize that I'm not good at hosting. No, let me not say that. I am good at hosting. I can bring a very good environment. Hey, how you doing? You want drinks? All the things. Got the food, got this, got that. I'm getting all the things you need. But it burns me out on the inside. I wonder if I'm doing everything right. Do I have all I need? Am I missing anything? Is everybody comfortable? Hosting is not for me because it burns me out. I'm good at it, but it burns me out and I can't recover. It takes me months to recover. I'm just now recovering from Thanksgiving. We can't have that. I gotta rest. I gotta rest. I gotta rest. Burnout doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it shows up like functioning, exhausting, just as I mentioned. I realized I was burnt out when I wasn't resting. I wasn't able to sleep well. I'm taking melatonin. I'm doing all the things just so I can rest. But that was a clear indication that I'm burnt out. I need to slow down so my body can just kind of like recalibrate and get right so it can fall asleep on its own. My natural melatonin do what it's supposed to so I can actually fall asleep peacefully. I'm going to invest in an Oura ring. Let me know if you have an Oura ring. I do have an Apple Watch. I don't sleep in it because I just don't. But I do have the function where it can like let me know how I slept or all different things. Apple Watches are really, really nice. I like an Apple Watch. I know some people don't like Apple Watches. They want to have a watch, and which is nice. But if I can have a watch that can tell you what's going on, the time and the weather and everything, well, why not? But to each his own. But when you're going out fancy, you put your little fancy watch on, things like that. But yeah. To sum this one up, when I realized that I was burnt out, I wasn't enjoying life. I wasn't enjoying life and I was just pretty much managing. I was just here. I was just floating. And that's how I knew that I was not in a good place and I had to slow it down. And that is where I am right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're doing topics where Kelly is because Kelly's learning just like you're learning and we're all trying to learn from each other. This thing called life, we are all piecing it together as we go. We are. But what does rest actually look like now? Like being simple, being intentional, what does it look like? And I have some things here, things that, I had to sit back and reevaluate my world, my ecosystem. Rest looks like saying no and not explaining. Just no, I can't do it no more. I'm an empath. So when I do say no or I kind of walk away and don't do anything anymore, do I kind of like sit back and look and be like, oh, I'm hurting people? Yeah. But I have to say I'm hurting myself at the same time. I had to sit back and be like, ain't nobody in here or around me is crippled, bedridden, and any of the other things that you say. I forgot. It's like a little saying that I can't think about it right now, but nobody's like that. Having slow mornings. Let me tell you, this morning I woke up. I let my body wake itself up just nice and easy. Went downstairs, after I got myself together, brushed my teeth, washed my face, went downstairs, drank me some warm lemon water by myself. Peaceful. Came back up, showered, all the things, got myself together. I said, you know what? I want to talk to my friends. So here we are. Do things that make you happy. And I've always told you guys, talking to you, creating this space that we have, it truly makes me happy. It's a part of my therapy. I will sing it to the rooftops. It makes me happy. It makes me feel peaceful. It makes me feel seen, heard. It lets me know that I'm seeing and I'm hearing you. It's like it's like we do it for each other. And I appreciate it. I really do, you know. But rest can also look like doing things that nourish you. And I don't mean just nourish you health wise, like eating well and all the different things, but like doing things that really calm you down, makes your ecosystem just feel so good. Your inside, your nervous system just feels so good. And just being peaceful. And that's me doing this as well. I got some other things too. I mean, you're going to see soon. You're going to see soon. I feel like it's better to be more about actions than to just talk it. I feel like showing, doing is better. And even though I'm a verbal person, I love to say the things, but the actions can just be so much more. So we're embarking and we're walking into our forever on how we are going to be. And we're going to rest like no other. Because you sit back and think, how can you actually rest when you're doing so much for others and you're all over the place and you're just doing. You can't. You can't. You just can't. So do the things that nourish you, not just to be productive. So me sitting here, yes, I'm being productive. I'm recording a video, I'm recording a podcast episode, but I'm also doing something that nourishes me and it makes me feel good and it's calming me down. And I'm sitting here and I'm in a nice cozy space with a blanket and a candle just burning and the wood is just in my ear. We love that for me. We love that. But last but not least, rest as healing and legacy. And I put this here because I have daughters and I want my daughters to see that I pour into myself. I want them to pour into themselves. And I want them to say, mommy does work. Mommy does do other things and she makes it happen. But at the end of the day, when she knows that she has enough and she's had enough, she's going to carve out some time for herself. And she's going to make sure that her well-being is good because they know if mommy ain't good for herself, she can't be good for us. And I want to be there for my daughters. However that may be, I want to be there for them. So, when a Black woman rests, it will interrupt survival patterns. And I felt like I was always in survival mode. Breaking generational curses. And I understand sometimes you just have to work because it's the circumstances or whatever. But things are so different now. We don't have to be in survival mode. We don't. And sometimes I feel like I can sit here and say this, but then I find myself doing it because that's what I'm accustomed to. It's like, Kelly, get with it. I want rest to be normal. Like, you don't have to earn it. Like how I said, you got to get your work done, then you go on your break. It needs to be normal. Why do I have to, in order for me to rest or have a moment to myself, I have to work my 40 hours? Why can't I rest in between that? Dead Smack Wednesday, I want to do something. I want to rest. I don't want to do nothing. Let me tell you something. I was talking to my daughter on the phone the other day, and we were talking about sometimes you just don't want to cook. You just want to come home and have a girl dinner. And she was like, yes, I'm eating tuna out the pack. I hollered because I sit here and I'm like, I know I'm living my mom's wildest dreams, my grandmother's, my great aunt, my ancestors, people that way before me, wildest dreams. I'm sitting here on YouTube connecting with other like-minded women. But yet hearing my daughter tell me she came in from work, put her bags down, relaxing, and she's eating a pack of tuna. She's living my wildest dreams. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm living vicariously through you. That's what I want to do. I want to come home, do nothing, get on the couch. I love me some sweet and spicy Doritos in a purple bag. Yes. Come right home, put the bag down, plop on the couch, turn the TV on. I'm not even a big TV watcher, but somehow my tail done got in the Tubi. Another day, another story. Don't even ask me about Tubi. If you want to, ask me in the comments. We can have a sidebar conversation somewhere else. But baby, and some Doritos, a grape soda. I'm in heaven. But choosing rest is choosing longevity and peace. Girl, get your rest. Get your rest, okay? And always know, rest is not being selfish. It's self-care, okay? We love that for us. And you may sit and say, Kelly, it's hard. It's this, it's that. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm in tug of war too. It's like 1 minute I'm like having a good time. I'm resting, all different things. Next minute I feel like I'm on grind mode, just doing. Then I got an attitude. So I got to pick and choose. Do you want to be resting and having a work-life balance? Or do you want to always have an attitude? What do you want? And I had to sit back and say, I want balance. I want balance. I already have, let me see, Hawaii, my birthday, random, and another one. I got 4 trips planned already. They ain't booked, but they planned. I'm being very intentional about taking time. I'm being very intentional about using my PTO, using my days. Because at the end of the day, that's what they did for. You earned them because you need to take time off for wellness. You have to. People will burn you out because you will have a boss who doesn't have a life, and then they want you to be there with them, or they want to show you how they can strong arm you. Wellness, and take it to HR. It works every time. But ladies, in closing of this amazing conversation, rest doesn't mean that you're giving up. It means you're choosing to live well. And as a Black woman over 40, you do not need permission to rest. Take that day. Okay? Go out by yourself. Don't work those long hours. Take them kids somewhere else. Pour into yourself. Make time for yourself. People will make you feel guilty for you pouring into yourself because of their own internal fears that they created. Because that's just what they did. Ladies, if this resonated with you, comment, I choose rest, and share with another Black woman who needs this. I want to say thank you. Ladies, I truly appreciate you. I got to close my eyes when I say it. I truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed this, thumbs up, hype it up, all the things. I truly appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next conversation.